4, 3, 2.
This is our last in our series on medicine with Monique Hammond, but we certainly hope she'll join us once again. This time we'll be investigating children in medicine, correct?
Right, we are.
Well, are we mostly talking about accidental poisonings here or what?
Right, we're going to be talking about two things. First of all, the accidental poisonings, and then second, we're also going to be talking about giving medicine to children.
Okay.
What moms and pops should know out there about giving medicine to their kids.
Okay. Well, how do you suggest we go about avoiding any trouble with medicine?
Well, with all chemicals, poisons, and medications, the old adage is still the best. Out of sight, out of mind, lock it away. Especially when children are age 2 and under. There is only one way of protecting them, and that is supervision, and it is to take it away. Because children become very crafty, and there is no such thing as a child-proof cap. It is a safety cap that delays the kid, hopefully. But if you leave the trouble out there, eventually they chew their way or pound their way into it. They climb up, fall down, you know, so you don't only have poisonings, you have bruises.
That's true. Now, what are you finding, though, that attracts children to wanting to take medicine?
Well, various things. First of all, sometimes the adults set a bad how should I say, an example.
Modeling?
Right. They take medicine in front of their children. That's rule number 1. You never take medicine in front of your children, then put it where they know where it is.
Yeah.
Well, it's good for mommy and daddy. It has to be good for the kid, right? So they like to go and taste it too. And then also things that are sweet. And among others, there are iron pills are really big culprits in children's poisonings.
Really?
And they account for like 30% of the death due to accidental ingestion of medication. I'm not talking now about cleansers and cosmetics and so forth. Medications. 30% of death in children 6 years and under seem to be caused by ingestion of iron pills, because it takes also a while to get in the system and to cause the damage. And iron is very widely available in every single household.
Yeah, that's really true. Help people think, in case they're not doing that right now. We can remind them some of the places that children could run into medicine.
Okay, medicine definitely in the bathrooms, because that's where we classically keep our medication. There is this love affair with the bathroom kind of medicine cabinet, and it's usually humid there, but that's not what we're talking about tonight. But that's where people find it. And then also little pill boxes that patients have, you know, to organize their tablets so that they don't forget to take them every day. Those are left in briefcases and in pockets, and they are not child-proof, and children get into those. We leave our medicine stand on the bookshelf, you know, and someplace between the cactus and the azalea, there all of a sudden is the medicine, you know, sitting there. And the children, of course, they are astute to that, you know, they like to taste something different.
I always try to think of, medicines as far as children as poison. So I put it somewhere else.
Right.
You know?
It is a poison to some extent, but we also should be thinking not only about our medicine cabinet, we also should think about our garages. Children always play in the garage. Now, windshield wiper fluid is this blue liquid that some small children, do they know the difference? Is that blue Kool-Aid?
That's right.
You know, who knows? And so we have to safety-proof also our garages and our basement. If you have a hobby, where are your putties, your shellacs, your glues? You know, do you clean up after yourself? See, that's the problem, you know, with kids.
You know, another place that I read about once that I don't think we always think about are purses.
Oh, absolutely.
I was reading about that once, about pills and lighters. How we just, you know, you're so careful to put those where they belong in the house, but think of your purse. A kid getting that in a second.
Purses and pockets and briefcases.
Yeah.
And children love to explore, you know.
Yes, that's certainly true. Give us some good concrete suggestions for getting medicines down children now.
Okay, for taking medicines with the kids. First of all, we never refer to it as candy and kind of stress the good bubblegum flavor or the beautiful animal shapes. Yeah, that's just to help the parent. But medicine should be, it should be taught to children that it is serious business. They take it for something. They take it because the doctor told them so, because the cold has to go away, the ear has to get better. They should know it is not candy. Another thing is we always should measure all medicine that we give to small children when it is a liquid. And doing that business with the kitchen spoon, you know, that's not good. Now, there are those little tube spoons that you can buy for about $1, and it is really a good investment.
It measures correctly, doesn't it?
Right, but how do you do with a kitchen spoon? How do you do your half teaspoon and your 3/4 teaspoon? You can't.
No.
Now, babies, special case. Babies, there we have something else. Now babies, we have to measure very small volumes, and I'm trying to get this here so that we get a little bit of a close-up. You know, maybe that's not workable.
No, that's
there we go.
Great.
Okay, so on the right there, if I look at my screen, on the right we have a syringe, and that's an oral syringe, measures small amounts, and it's called an oral syringe because you cannot fit a needle on the tip, which is kind of nice.
Sure.
And then the droppers. Now,
Let's point to them so they can see
the
them.
droppers. Many of the
Can you come up a little closer, Ruben? Yeah, there you go.
There we go. Many of baby medications are supplied already by the manufacturer with droppers on the bottle.
Okay.
So if we lose those droppers, then we should go to the pharmacist and try to get a dropper that measures the exact amount. Because these droppers, all for instance these 3 that I was able to scrounge up, have different bores on the little tubings here. And so if I measure 10 drops with each one of them, I get 3 different results. So it's very important to be very accurate with baby medicine.
Yeah.
And a dropper is not a dropper.
That's right, isn't it? It's all real precise. Where's that spoon?
The spoon, the kitchen spoon, I guess I brought that one. That's someplace here.
Let's be finding out so we make a real good point that this doesn't work.
That doesn't work.
This doesn't work. This isn't a half a teaspoon, etc.
I have another thing, Kay.
Yes.
I have to set a record straight.
All
I'm going
right.
to disappoint a lot of people. A gulp is not roughly a teaspoon.
Okay.
Yeah, no.
So we just all really need to think some real common sense things when we're dealing with children in medicine, don't we?
Common sense, protect them, think ahead of them,
Yes.
and think of them, because there is something to go to the emergency room when a child has been poisoned. It's something else when you see the adults stand around and they blame themselves and they cry and they should have, and it's a sad situation.
In closing, you had a little public service announcement you wanted to give about the poison control, didn't you?
Right. You should familiarize yourself with the number of your poison center near you, and you should call them and get the stickers that they have to put on your telephone, because not only children get poisons, adults are also, especially with chemicals. They don't wear their goggles, they splash their skin with acid and stuff, and you should, every time that you have only a suspicion of a poisoning, you should call. Don't sit around and wait for something to happen, because when something happens, that poison is in the body, and then it's hard to deal with.
That's right.
It's better to do it firsthand and get it out.
Monique, we have enjoyed this series immensely. You have really
thank
brought
you.
such really good ideas to our viewers, and most and best luck to you.
I thank you very much, Kay.
We'll see you soon.
Okay, bye-bye.
And join us next time on In Our Town. I don't know.
You do? Yes.